Good evening, everyone. I'm going to do Gershwin songs tonight. Three of them. George and Ira Gershwin. George wrote the music and Ira wrote the lyrics. And I want to make a connection between the show I did a couple days ago with Yip Harburg. And I totally forgot to say anything about this. Yip Harburg and Ira Gershwin were both born in the same year, 1896. And they went to the same high school in New York City, and they met, and they were working on the high school yearbook, and they became lifelong friends, and also two of the greatest lyricists of the 20th century. So kind of a cool connection, Ira and Yip. All right, so the first song I'm going to do is my absolute favorite Gershwin song, Fascinating Rhythm. I fell in love with this song a long time ago. I have a vivid memory of going over to my friend David's house, who lived around the corner on South Forest in Ann Arbor, and on their piano was a Gershwin book. And when I was over at his house, we would just open up the book and go through the songs, and this one just always struck me, and David and I learned it together and used to sing it at parties, and so this goes out to David Isaacson. So thank you for the Gershwin memories. So I have a couple more stories about Fascinating Rhythm, but that's all you get for now until I do the songs. Fascinating rhythm, you got me on the go. Fascinating rhythm, I'm all a quiver. What a mess you're making, the neighbors want to know why I'm always shaking just like a flivver. Each morning I get up with the sun, start a hopping, never stopping, to find at night no work has been done. You know that once it didn't matter, but now you do me wrong. People start to patter, I'm so unhappy. Won't you take a day off, decide to run along somewhere far away off and make it snappy? Oh, how I long to be the man I used to be. Fascinating rhythm, fascinating rhythm, fascinating rhythm, fascinating rhythm. Won't you stop picking on me? Fascinating Rhythm by George and Ira Gershwin. A big hit for them and a wonderful song that's been covered by many, many artists. And the next story I want to tell is that I was so lucky in 1980. I was 17 years old. I was in high school, and I got to go to the Ann Arbor Jazz Festival at Hill Auditorium and see Sarah Vaughan, the late, great, wonderful voice of Sarah Vaughan, and singing this song, and awesome. And then the last memory I have of this that I want to share is that also when I was in high school, I took a year, 11th grade, and I went to our alternative high school in Ann Arbor, Community High, or Commie High as people like to call it. And they had a jazz band there, and I played violin. I didn't know I could play in a jazz band, but sure enough, I was invited to play, and our director, Bart Pollitt, transcribed Stefan Grappelli's solos and taught us how to improvise and to play jazz violin, and it was a fantastic experience. And then many years later, I was in college at University of Michigan and still in Ann Arbor, and Bart, my old high school music teacher, was the piano player at a local watering hole called the Gandy Dancer, kind of a shishi establishment that was down in the old Ann Arbor Railroad Station. Me and my friends couldn't afford to actually eat dinner there, but on Fridays for happy hour, you could go down and get a drink and listen to the music, and they had hors d'oeuvres that were free. So we would go down, and I would always ask Bart to play a fascinating rhythm, and I'd put some money in his jar. And then one day, I remember walking in, and he started playing it, and I was like, okay, now I've made it, because I walked into a bar, and the piano player started playing my song, so I felt like I was in a movie. So that's a fascinating rhythm for you. So the next one I'm going to do is another very famous song of the Gershwins, I Got Rhythm. So rhythm is kind of the theme here. This one I've learned is famous because the changes, the chords, and the A-A-B-A sequence has been used many, many times. And it's so ubiquitous that people just call them the rhythm changes after I Got Rhythm. So here we go with the intro. So yeah. Days can be sunny with never a sigh. Don't need what money can buy. Birds in the trees sing their day full of song. Why shouldn't we sing along? I'm chipper all the day, happy with my luck. How do I get that way? Look at what I've got. I got rhythm, I got music, I got my man who could ask for anything more. I've got daisies in green pastures, I've got my man who could ask for anything more. Oh man, trouble, I don't mind him, you won't find him round my door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams, I got my man who could ask for anything more, who could ask for anything more. Starlight, I got sweet dreams, I got my man who could ask for anything more, who could ask for anything more. Alright, great song by George and Ira Gershwin, I Got Rhythm. Alright, gonna do one more from Porgy and Bess, one of their best loved and best known songs, and a great favorite of my dad. So this is going out for him, for Art. I also want to note that I learned a lot of the songs that I do and lyrics and chords from a collection of music that is called Rise Up Singing. And the title of the collection came, of course, from the second verse of Summertime. One of these mornings, I'm going to rise up singing. So spread your wings. Here's the book here. Collection by Annie Patterson and Peter Blood. Another Ann Arborite. All right, so here we go. For my dad, Summertime. And it is summertime coming on here, so tomorrow's the 1st of June. living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your dad is rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing. Spread your wings and take to the sky. But until that moment, ain't nothing gonna harm you with your mama and your papa standing by. Sing it with me. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your mama's rich and your daddy's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. Some great Gershwin tunes. What a pair. What a pair of brothers. Won all sorts of awards. Unfortunately, George died very young. Ira ended up co-writing with many other musicians, composers, and doing lots of great things. Ira was the first one to win a Pulitzer for songwriting. They had the drama award for the playwrights, but the first musical to ever win an award was Of Thee I Sing. Won the Pulitzer, I think, in 1932. So, hope you have a great evening, and love doing this and bringing you music. I'm going to be doing this again in a couple days, and next up is Malvina Reynolds, the great Berkeley songwriter, born in 1900, wrote hundreds of wonderful political songs, including her most famous one, Little Boxes.